7th-ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yeah. Do use that term loosely. David Pollock from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Florida State's offense has the ball first today. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David, with the question, can they even stop him?
It's one thing to watch it, it's another thing to stop him. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. You're like, sometimes he's a lineman, sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to be to double team him. But I bet he's got the attention of this defense, Jesse.
He does for sure. And because of that, David, I think it's going to open up some opportunities for maybe some of the other guys out wide. If you've got 2 guys covering the tight end as a quarterback, you've got to be ready to throw the football somewhere else sometimes. And so you might see a little bit more balance in the passing attack today.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll try the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Makes the catch. It's Beebe. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. The Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And the Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. He wants to throw it again, extending the play. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got a man, it's Beebe. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And that's a play the defense absolutely had to have. This game right now is sort of still in the balance. And after a long drive by the offense on 3rd down, the defense able to make a play, get a hit on the target, knock it loose for an incompletion. And now it's decision time if you're on offense. What do you do here on 4th?
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down. But they decided to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. On the run from inside his own 5. The orange offense will get its first chance now. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So, no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy, because last week was such a disaster.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The defense coming up big there. The sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit, too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. He gets his first one of the day out of there. They used him 3 times in that loss last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. Fires on the move. Got his man all by himself. There he goes. They bring him down, but he's got a first and goal from the 10. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wants to throw on first down. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to throw, it's Adams. Quickly out to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback, who makes a sure tackle. The Orange with a ton of options available on second and short. Gives it on the option. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. It has been a less-than-stellar start in ACC play, and now the mission is to try to keep this season from going down the drain.
Yeah, and you got to find new ways to motivate. You came to the season, you're probably like, hey, listen, we want to be ACC champs, and that dream is probably gone, but let's refocus, right, Jesse? It's really fun to be that team.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. Here comes the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Seminoles will punt this one away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great player. You got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass, it's Adams. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. The problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Hit as he throws. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Got room on the return. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Inside the 15, 1st and 10 from the 14. Right back to the well. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. 2nd and goal for this offense. Powers forward. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Noles! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the returner will be brought down. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to throw, it's Adams. He's got the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Pressure coming. Flips it out in the flat.
Yeah, and you see they keep creeping the running backs out in the flat right there. He slips them out to the right, gets him the football quickly. But this defense, man, I'll tell you what, you talk about speed, seeing things, reacting, and going and getting them on the ground. Really nice job.
He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Wants to throw again. Gets it to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Syracuse right back at it. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let it go. Makes the grab inside the 30. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
Defense is a lot about communication. Multiple wide receivers on the same side. I got to understand if this guy's going in, this guy's coming out. Not a good job by the defense with communication there.
Trying to slam in. And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. They'll come to the line just 1 yard shy of the goal line on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Beck's going for the goal line. Give him 6. Touchdown, Syracuse.
And that touchdown is so big for this offense, right? Because here at the end of the half, you're just trying to find positives you can build upon in the second half. And right when it was looking like this game was starting to get away from them, they're able to execute, score, and that's going to help their confidence.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. To the air on first down. He's going for the big play. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He's not afraid to go deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to get one on the board before the break and couldn't quite make the connection. The Noles will boot it away to start the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was... For something a little more dynamic that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good one.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go into half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw interception, you turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is an absolute disaster to start the second half.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Toss sweep right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Oh, he's got some space. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way too...
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State. And they take it in for 6 more points.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going on, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with this decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And that's why you do explosive work in the weight room. Arm day's a good thing as he gets to the 23. Syracuse lines up on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Looking for a man. It's Adams. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Syracuse has a really nice drive going. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, they're after him. This time they were able to keep him in check and stop him short of that first down.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Syracuse will send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. This should be the last play of the quarter. They go to the ground. Got the first down and more. They'll mark him down at the 37. It's a 10-yard gain. We've come to the end of the period, and Florida State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Might as well give it to him again. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Makes the grab. It's Beebe. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Leaves it with the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7 now.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Got a man. It's Hills.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end route.
And the Noles will line it up on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Seminoles. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear, with his speed, he was gone.
The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Can't get him to the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short. Want to find a way to pull this one out. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So now it's 2nd and long. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Adams. Dumps it to the back. He's got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Unloads quickly. And he is brought down, but what a move he put on that first defender. The Orange converted and picked up that last first down by keeping it on the ground. Maybe they go right back to it. Use the play fake, now to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
He's moving out of the pocket. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.